Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're taking a look at a brand new game called Terminull Brigade. This is a third-person, co-op focused roguelike hero shooter. The game is set in this futuristic digital world called the Nullverse, and you play as one of several heroes, each with their own unique weapons, abilities, and playstyles, going through a typical roguelike gameplay loop. The whole gist of the game is that you're going to be running missions set in differently themed locations, each run taking you through procedurally ordered rooms, moving from one to the next while killing enemies, completing objectives, and collecting powerful temporary upgrades for your run, along with other upgrades and currencies that feed into long-term progression, making you and your characters stronger from one run to the next. And that is essentially the game. Now, recently, Pew Pew Games reached out to sponsor a video where I took an early look at the game and gave you guys an overview. As usual, if I think a game looks interesting and I enjoy my time while playing it, I'm more than happy to do so. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in, taking a closer look at Terminull Brigade. Okay, so it all begins, as you might expect, with a tutorial that runs you through the basics of movement and combat. All right, we got tutorial, WASD movement, we're jumping, shoot, left controls evade. I need to change that. All right, so I got an E as like a, I don't know if that's homing. Let's see if it's homing. It is homing. A C skill is a shield, okay. And then I've got a Q skill. It's calling down a airdrop. This actually feels pretty good. It's a lot. I don't love the UI. Well, I don't know why the C skill's still up there. It actually feels pretty good. After the tutorial, we're then introduced to the game's roster of characters. Now, there are 3 of these available initially, and the rest of them, at least in this playtest, were then unlocked via these daily login rewards. So if you played every day, you progressively unlocked the rest of the roster of characters. But we started with 3. All right, so we got 3 characters to choose from. Click character below, then select the character to use them. Basic military bro. He actually felt pretty good. This is melee / pistol user, or it's probably an SMG. Yeah, it's an SMG. We'll get more weapons to unlock as we play. Weapon skins, this is probably for money. Battle pass, great. Everyone's favorite. Who's the other one? Force field. Oh, that's cool. That's like a CC. That's actually pretty dope. Oh, she can fly. Okay. Junkrat. Awesome. Honestly, I don't know which character to play. Maybe I'll try Blade Lady. Now, from here, we then jumped into our first mission or our first run, going through the typical roguelike gameplay loop. And how that looks is you enter a room, you clear the enemies, and or you complete the objective. It will alternate between those two. And then when you finish it, you pick from one of 3 randomly generated upgrades before moving into the next room. And these room types and the order that they're placed are procedurally placed together so that each run is different. But here's how that looks. Start training mode, difficulty light. Okay, let me just get into the game. So I got dash, it's on a cooldown. I've got my C, which she dashes forward. My E is this like ranged thing. My right click is my sword attack, and my left click is my pistol. All right, so here's me loading into a random area. Got my ranged sword. All right, so I'm blocked off, so I got to kill all the enemies in the area. Kind of want to try the flying lady, to be honest with you. I'll play all. You know what? I'll play all of them. I'll give them all a shot. Go in an area, clear the stage, go to the next area. There's a ticking timer keeping track of how quickly we're doing all this. The sword is damn strong. Taiko coins will be automatically collected in this area. The timer is still going while I'm freaking trying to read this stuff. That's unbelievable. Besides defeating enemies, you can also destroy objects to get Taiko coins. You have to keep an eye out for those. After every 4 weapon attacks, the next weapon attack applies a chain lightning. That seems good. When reloading, inflict thunder strike. I don't like that. Probably like this the best. Every 4 attacks, I've got a fast attacking weapon. I don't know. It just seems good, and it's still going to be good at ranged. Yeah, let's go with this one. Okay, into the next area. Yeah, dude, that chain lightning is good. Does it also apply for my melee attacks, I'm guessing? My melee attack is really strong, but I just realized it's got a charge by my health bar there. How far is this ranged? Hey, it just keeps going. I'm actually quite liking this class. All right. perk upgrade. So if I already, any perk I already have, it's gonna upgrade. And I'm guessing I'll eventually get multiple perks and I'll be able to choose there which one I want to upgrade. What? Oh, okay. I hit the launch pad. I was like, what just happened? So the stages are pretty small. This is a tutorial, or the intro level though. So this is another perk. Item shop, digital healing program. Summons a missile cubie, which automatically seeks out enemies when reloading. I'm gonna go with this one, I guess. Really don't know enough at this point, so let's check this item shop. Okay, so I can use some of my resource to buy different upgrades. Health upgrade, I can buy a perk upgrade. I think I'm actually not gonna spend anything to see if these are round based or not, or if they carry between rounds. All right, now into the boss. I got my ultimate, so we'll just cast it right away. Gonna spam my melee because it's strong and then just let it recharge. Got the multiple health bar thing here. Okay, AoE is on the ground. He is immune. Yikes. Okay. How many health bars does he have? A lot, huh? Yeah, I'm actually like not doing so hot. Oh, there's his weak point there. His stomach. Let's get a few. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh, I did it. Okay, cool. Nice. Increase ultimate damage. More chain lightning. Increase minor skill cap by 2. Increase projectile count of weapon attacks by 2, but decrease damage. When dealing weapon damage to break points, there's a 10% chance to increase. It seems pretty good. Oh, what's this? Get movement speed boost after I dodge. That's good. So is that the end of the run? Nope. Still going. Combat feels good. I quite like the melee too. Okay, perk upgrade. Upgrade my lightning attack, I guess. Ooh, that's good. I'm gonna drop my ult. I wasn't really that like didn't touch these shield guys. Holy crap, that was kind of pathetic. My ultimate did like nothing to those shield guys. QB attacks can trigger Thunderstrike. Yeah, let's do it. Kind of want to buy some health, I think. Oh, shit. Damn, those shield guys are serious. Flying dude? Okay. Didn't expect that. I'm gonna keep this lightning attack going. Get stronger and stronger. Let's see if those keep going to hit. Yeah, they do. Nice, that is sick. The lightning strike ability seems really strong as I've kept upgrading it. It's just when evading, afflicts enemies, cold shoulder. That's a freeze or something. Let's do it. It's an item shop again. Increased weapon damage. Ooh, perk upgrade. Lightning attack again, dude. It just keeps getting better. All right, boss time. Here we go. Target locked. Got a bit to dash here. Gonna ult on top of him here. He's immune. Perfect timing. Awesome. I'm so happy about that. All right, so we got to jump over these. Now he's mixing it up. Did I kill him? Damn, dude. All right. Nice. That's a run. Cool. That was pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, after that initial, what was basically a tutorial trial run, we then got introduced to one of the game's 2 forms of power progression outside of runs. So there's the progression that you get within the run where you select from those random various upgrades and perks, but then there's also out of run progression that makes your character stronger as you continue to play more and more. So we have a longer term progression here. It's this ability module. Health increase. Those are usually good. Additional coins per runs. Okay, this takes 50 code. So that's the resource I bring out for this progression upgrade. It was at this point, it was time to finally start my first real run of the game. This was also when I jumped into trying the 3rd available character, who I ended up really enjoying. I think what's also interesting here is that when you begin the real runs, at the very beginning, you're actually given an assortment of perks to choose from with 3 different options. And these are upgrades that you start with and you carry throughout the run, in addition to the upgrades that you pick up while you're going through the run. So here's what a full run of Terminull Brigade looks like. Like, this is the core gameplay loop on display. Let me try Aurora next. Continuous damage or stun? So damage over time and stuns? Yeah, let's try this one. All right, so got my E, my C, which goes for, I see, a set amount of time. And this dive attack? That's pretty sick. And I've got like a lightning strike thing, and then I can right click this to charge, and I can charge it. I'm guessing it bops off of it. Yeah, it does, like, I think it does damage like around everybody. Ooh, this actually feels really, really good. I just go and do a dive attack. Like, holy crap. Ooh, I think I like this character. Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking it so far. Increases evasion cap by 2 and gains supernova. Dude, 2 more evasions is pretty sick. Oh, it's as a weapon dropped. Can I swap to that? Oh, it just increases. Okay, I thought I was getting a katana, but it looks like it just it said fire rate increase or something. Were those not? I don't remember mid-match drops before on that last run. Every 0.1 seconds, the next instance of weapon damage applies a burn stack. Ooh, let's increase our burn damage. That sounds good. I kind of float too. Let me try my drop attack. Like, is it any good? Yeah, it's not bad. Perk upgrade. Get that burn. Like, increasing burn damage, it ticks on every 0.1 second with an attack is pretty freaking good, it seems. Like, do I just pick up all of these modules that drop, or is there a thing where they overwrite each other? I don't quite get that yet. Got another perk here. QB is pretty good. That one's off of reloading. Let's do the one that triggers off of E. Pick up healing. Let's increase my max HP. Check the shop real quick. Do perk upgrade. Let's get that burn up. Just keep getting that burn upgrade as much as possible, I think. Boss time. Do the other bosses have cutscenes? I don't remember seeing them. Bro, unbelievable. He jumped like right out of it. Like, seriously. Okay, now he's immune. I think I just like pop in the air. Do I still get hit if I'm floating above these? I think so. Yeah, it looks like it. So this doesn't really do anything good for me. Am I just melting this guy with this freaking burning damage that I've got? Yeah, dude, fucking absolutely demolished, bro. That's great. I like it. So pick up the modules. Generates black hole that pulls in and damages enemies in the area. The black hole, oh yeah, let's do that. I'm using my E a fair bit. So do I just keep, do I keep grabbing these? Become invulnerable while invading, bro. Arbiter of Wealth. Another perk choice. After reloading, increase weapon damage by 40% for 4 seconds. And then every 100 coins I get, an additional 1% damage added to that. Obtain extra coins as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's get this. I like that. Oh, I have the first one of these. So let me buy another one. And there's the bottom is my progress through the whole roguelike run, it seems. What's happening? What is this? Why is he immune? Oh, I gotta destroy those probably. Yeah, I think he's immune until I destroy all those. Dude, so my E just makes a black hole every time? Treasure chest? Okay. I think there's like constantly new systems being thrown out. Perk upgrade, do the burning one. I want to keep that going. Some more stuff here. Perk upgrade again. Burning. Even more. There's the item shop. Here's another perk. Reduce burn interval by 50%. Its duration remains unchanged. So that just makes it better. This guy's just getting demolished. My attack chains and it's burning and it looks like it's stunning too. New treasure chest. Get that burn higher and higher. I'm sure that I assume there's a max level. I'm just gonna focus on the burn and keep it going. Get as good as it can get. Increase health. Another perk. Permission to deal double damage. Oh, okay. That's the QB that I have. Another perk upgrade. You know where I'm going. Cupid's Flames. Looks good. Boss time. And this is halfway through the run. So there's gonna be 2 more bosses. I have my ultimate up, I do. Also see if it actually hits her this time. So I can fly over this. It's freaking great, bro. Is she like a mirror image? No. Yeah. I think this burn build is just too sick. Cupid's bow, weak part damage, upgrade. Does it not tell me what module it is when I click on it? It doesn't tell me what module it is. Weird. It just says module obtained. Key refresher? What's this do? Oh, key refactoring. Okay. Primary damage increased. Yep. Let's do the E. Whoa, 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 hold up. That would get rid of my black hole thing? No. Cycle shop, so I can get rid of this and get 2,000. Is that what that is? Well, since I don't know if this applies, I think I'm actually going to do that. I think I'm going to get rid of that and get 2,000 currency, and then I can use that at the next shop that I get to. Maximum relics equipped, so this would be reload speed increase. I would have to get rid of something. Okay, and I think we'll stick with the ones that we have. Yep, so I can't do 10 is the max, so I got Cupid's Flame, the burn to the max. So what one do I want to do next then? Increase skill damage higher with the evasion. Weapon damage increase higher for this after reloading. Big bump to the QB off of E. Well, I spam E quite a lot, so let's go with that. I'll start upgrading that one. And Buying the relics isn't going to do anything because I already up there. I can get more health increase though, so we'll do that. I've got plenty. This max, I think just getting that max burn is completely dominating this run. It just feels that strong anyways. What is this thing? Hello? What the heck? Oh, treasure goblin? Increased weapon damage 3%. Ooh, boss? Yeah. Red ones are bosses. Okay, I fought this one before. Seem immune to everything. Just fly in the air. It's not gonna take any damage. Love it, dude. Just love it. Destroyed. My build right now is just dominating. Ooh, okay. I think I'll replace one of the sets that I only have, that there's only one of. Yeah, replace this one. This backpack set, because this is every 10 HP lost increases weapon power, and this one counts for 2. These yellow ones seem to count for 2 sets. Yeah, so this one is battle axe set and amulet set. Wow. So I'm 1 amulet set away from having the 6th level amulet set. Each burned enemy spreads 5 burn instead of 4. Sure, spreading blaze, that sounds cool. Destroy and dodge incoming viruses. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's final boss. Final boss, big snake mech thing. Tail devourer. Just see how quickly I melt this one. There are some things I'm guessing I need to stand behind. Yeah, there you go. Just get some stuff. Just literally just stand here as this is happening. Still immune. I gotta kill his side minions. They're healing. They're healing. Okay, now he can be attacked. Whoa! Destroyed all the pillars. Destroyed all the pillars. Still immune to damage. Get some weak spots. There we go. Dead? Did I do it? Yeah, I did. Oh my god, dude. Weird that I'm collecting modules, because this is the end. Modules, health, power, health, and skill. Okay, different double upgrades. Get XP. Code is the skill tree progression stuff, I think. Yeah, look how much I've got now. I can get quite a few upgrades. Cool. Unlocked a new difficulty tier and the wasteland. All right, so I've received modules. Ah, this is that. Okay, each module has different components. Drag modules into the combat terminal to gain attribute bonuses. Okay, so I just literally like pull things into there and there's a progression to them. Well, I don't know if I want skill power or power. I'm guessing power is damage. Oh, the green ones have, yeah, so these white ones aren't as good. The green ones have extra abilities on them. Let me just put these green ones. Oh, I see. So is there any bonus by putting similar ones next to each other? Don't really know. Fill it up for the time being. And I can, you know, once I've got better and more, I can break down the ones that equipped module limit exceeded. Oh, for that kind or whatever. Oh, yes, 9 of 9. I see. I don't have any red or orange ones yet. All right, so with my first run complete, it was at this point that I had basically unlocked all of the major systems and features that were available in this game at the playtest, although there was a lot more to go through, which I'll explain. But at this point, I now had access to the second area type called the Wasteland. So the ringed city, that like digitized futuristic city, that is the name of the areas and the spaces that you've seen me play in thus far, whereas the Wasteland is located in a junkyard. It's got more of like a deserty scrap yard type of a space feeling and setting. And not only do the games look differently, like they have different visual aesthetics and different room types, they also have different enemies and bosses, and they reward different ability modules. And this is another form of primary account progression. So you basically want to play through both of these different area types as they each have unique drops that you're going to want. Speaking of which, I had now at this point unlocked the modules. This is the character-based out-of-run power progression. On top of that, there are the talents that we saw earlier, which is account-wide progression that is applied to all of your characters. And it was at this point that I had finally unlocked difficulty levels for the missions, which is another form of progression, making things harder by giving you better rewards. So from this point forward, the overall gameplay loop basically works like this. You start off by picking picking whatever character you want to play. You then select from the 2 available zone types, whether that's the Ring City or the Wasteland, choosing the one that has the module rewards that you happen to be after for whatever character build you're going for. You enter the run and then go through the process of clearing one room after another, either having to kill all of the enemies in the room or complete some sort of an objective, and they have a variety of different types of these. Or, of course, you'll have to fight a boss. Now, after you clear each room, you then get to choose from the randomly assorted upgrades, along with having access to this item shop where you can buy further upgrades with currency that you earn during the run. And then as you progress through the run, it alternates the room types you come across with bosses scattered throughout until you eventually get to the end and have to fight the final boss. If you clear that, then you've successfully completed the mission. At which point, those run-specific random upgrades will drop off your character. However, you carry with you a few different forms of currency, along with any of the modules that you picked up, both of which fuel the longer-term account and character power progression. Also, when successfully clearing a run at the first difficulty level, that unlocks the second difficulty level for that zone, and that process continues further and further. Then you go again. You pick a zone, you choose the difficulty, you do a run, clearing the rooms, collecting the upgrades, fighting the bosses. Once you complete the difficulty level 2, that unlocks difficulty level 3, so on and so on and so on. Now, the combat, as you have seen, is third-person action with shooting for the most part, with the exception of that one melee character class. And I think it feels generally pretty good, as I expressed in the gameplay preview. Also, the whole game runs incredibly well. Like, it was smooth as butter playing this game from start to finish, which certainly adds to the, quote, nice feel of the gameplay. Another big focus of the game, which I've not really touched on much so far, but you've probably seen in the background, is that this is also a cooperative game. In fact, that is one of the primary focuses that they're really trying to center it around. The fact that you can do all of this roguelike stuff and all of the gameplay that you've seen in groups of up to 3. Now, you are able to play with as many people as you want. You can play solo, you can play with one other person, but yes, they do support groups of up to 3, and that is really what they are tailoring the experience towards. Now, as for the characters, as covered, you start out with access to 3 ones initially. There's Colonel, who is the basic FPS dude bro. He uses a rifle as his weapon with a missile launcher and shield ability, and an ultimate where he calls in these attack drones. Blade is this close mid-range character that uses an SMG with a blade in the offhand. This is the only melee character that I've seen thus far. Her abilities are a dash attack, a range blade that travels in an arc, and then the ultimate does damage within a wide area. And then finally, Aurora, the flying character, uses a transponder, which does these like chain attacks hitting multiple enemies at once. She can launch into the air, hovering for up to 10 seconds. She's got a snare attack that groups enemies together, and her ultimate debuffs enemies and does these chained AoE strikes. And now the fourth character that I unlocked through my daily reward bonus, this is the one I ended up really enjoying and playing the most. She's called Gloria. She's basically an engineer character. Her primary weapon is a crossbow, but honestly, this is a character that's all about the turrets. You've got turrets that attack enemies, as well as ones that spawn these shield buffs for you or your teammates to pick up. Speaking of which, this game is co-op. You can play with up to 3 people. And her ultimate actually destroys any summoned turrets, turning them into missiles that attack enemies. And one cool thing you can do is you can get different perks in a run that increase the number of turrets you can place down, which subsequently makes your ultimate that much stronger. She's just been a ton of fun to play. I really enjoyed playing this turret-based character. Now, when it comes to progression, there are 2 main forms of progression. You've got the character progression and account-wide progression. For character, there is the combat terminal, and this is the grid where you place the modules that you collect during runs, choosing the ones that have buffs that you prefer for your character and your playstyle, and then having to place them in whatever available slots that you have. And these do things like provide you buffs for your health, your shields, and then your various offensive stats. Each character also has their own what is called the proficiency track, and this is just you play the character, you gain experience, you level this up. As you move through it, it unlocks new perks, new weapons, and new ability modifiers. And then beyond that character progression, there is the account-wide progression, which comes from the talents. There are 3 separate talent trees, each focused on defense, offense, and currency gain respectively. As you complete runs, you earn this currency called code, and then that is spent in the talent trees, letting you go down in whatever order that you want. The nodes here will get progressively more powerful, but also more expensive the further down the tree you go. Now, I will add there are a bunch of cosmetic unlocks, and this primarily seems to be tied to the in-game shop. During the playtest, I had currency to spend on this stuff, but I just don't know if this currency is going to be tied into real-world purchases. If I had to guess in the future outside of these small playtests, that will be the case, but I'm not certain. Now, as for my feedback for the game, starting with the positives, as mentioned, I really enjoy the combat. It feels good to play. Each of the characters I've enjoyed, some more so than others, but generally, it feels good to shoot and use your abilities and attack enemies in the game. It also ran flawlessly, as I mentioned, like smooth as butter. Absolutely loved it. There's been so many games with performance issues nowadays. To have a game come along and just have it play well, that in and of itself is a perk. The different character play styles I enjoyed. Specifically, I ended up really liking Gloria, but even all the other ones that I played, I also liked, and I'm curious to try the ones that I haven't yet unlocked. And the boss fights, I think they've been interesting. They've been varied in terms of mechanics, having different challenges on offer, different things you have to avoid and dodge, different immune phases you got to pay attention to, trying to attack certain weak spots. Yeah, they've been enjoyable boss mechanics. When it comes to the negatives, I feel like the map sizes are incredibly small. Every single map takes about a minute or less for you to clear on average, and there's typically only like 1 to 2 rooms tops before you move on to another room. They're just really small, and I think that having larger spaces for us to go through as we move through this roguelike progression would be a bit more interesting, so I hope they look into that. Also, I would love to see more zones beyond just these 2 initial ones, and I'm hoping that's something that they're planning to expand upon in the future. But with that said, that pretty much does it for our early look at Terminull Brigade. Hopefully now you've got a better idea of what this game is all about. If you'd like to learn more, be sure to check out the link in the video description below. But that about does it for today. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.